I'm so excited. It feels like Christmas morning, and I'll tell you why in just a second. I promise we'll get our dorks on.
The Top, broadcasting live to at least 3 people on Spreaker.com. I enjoy a little booty in the britches from time to time. You don't have to be Latino or African American to appreciate a little hump in the rump. There's nothing like a pair of Levi's or Wranglers that are filled all the way to capacity. Honestly, I enjoy the booty dances. I have them all favorited on YouTube. I like a little wobble wobble, especially when I listen to Snoop Dogg. It's almost like a great booty closes any cultural gaps in society that may exist.
Mr. Pop.
Dorks of the world, unite. No, okay, listen closely. It's not WOBA, it's WABA.
Mr.
This is the Chris Top Program, broadcasting worldwide to at least 3 people.
And I am the one and only Chris Top, broadcasting live from my lavish studio apartment here in sunny Clarksville, Tennessee, with an ocean view. How the hell are you, world? You know, it's good to see you. And I'll tell you, we did a little shopping today, and I'm excited because I can do the live Skype interviews again. I picked up a Samson 624 mixing board. And see, I was worried because I have this little box. It's called a Scarlet box, and it's great for digital broadcasting. And I was concerned that I wouldn't be able to use my Samson mixing board with the Scarlet box, but it seems to work just fine. We did some test Skype calls earlier, and it should be great. And I've got some exciting news. I'm actually going to put it to the test, and Summer's in the chat. Hey, Summer, how are you? If you haven't met Summer yet, she is an extremely talented artist from Egypt. And when you hear her sing, your jaw is going to drop and hit the ground. I promise you that. And what we're going to do, we're going to do a live interview with Summer. And normally I'll promote this stuff a few days in advance, but I thought, well, if she's willing to do the interview tonight, morning for her time, if she's willing to do it now, then I should take advantage of it just because the time difference is crazy. So I'm afraid that I wouldn't be able to get her on if we planned it. And this is going to be a fun interview. It really is. I've got 4 of Summer's songs that we're going to play on the show. And this show is just sort of I'm just doing, I plan this show, but we're going to do the interview with Summer afterwards on my other account. Just because if we decide to go over 30 minutes, we can, and it's not a problem. But I'm looking forward to talking to Summer. We are actually going to discuss a few things after I'm done with this broadcast, just to sort of get it set up, and then we should go on directly after that. So it should be a lot of fun. And Summer says it's 8 a.m. in Egypt. I'm excited. I really am. I haven't really done an interview since, like this, since we had Mechi on from Argentina. So this should be a lot of fun. And Summer, like I said, she is extremely, extremely talented. And you know, something that that always it amazes me is when you hear Summer talk, she's got the Egyptian accent, but when she sings, you can't hear it. You can't hear it at all. And I don't know. See, I hear that a lot in the music industry. I do, but it just amazes me every time. And if you want to check Summer out, there's actually a video up on my Facebook page if you want to go check out the video that she sent me. And you know, it's a really simple video, but it looks like it's pretty professionally done. So I don't know. Now Summer says she's an American citizen. She says she lived for 10 years in New York, but she's back in Egypt now. And see, that's gonna be interesting. We're gonna have a really interesting conversation. I'm gonna ask, or I'm gonna tell everybody hello in the chat. And like I said, Kiss is here in spirit. She's actually listening to me in the room right now because her laptop was in an accident. But we've got Judge Holly in the chat. Holly, it's always good to see you. Now, Summer, you have to be careful because Holly is going to judge your singing ability. And Summer, I will be putting you on the spot. More than likely, I'll probably ask you to sing live as well, which I don't think you'll have a problem with because you were singing live during your Spreaker show the other day. So it should be very interesting. Now, we've also got in the chat PS Infinity Radio. It's good to see you, buddy, as always. And don't be nervous. Like I tried to tell you earlier, this is a very dork-oriented show. Think of it like this. This is where the dorks come to feel safe. I know how that sounds. I know how that sounds. But this will enable you to step from the closet and embrace the light of your dorkhood. And as long as you're okay with that, then I'm okay with that as well. And I'll explain the whole WABA thing and all of that stuff to you as well. We'll probably talk about that a little bit on Skype before the show. But anyway, let's go ahead and get on with this one because I don't want to leave you guys hanging. Now, this is interesting. Now, I wish Scooter was here. I bet he's listening. He's probably listening on his phone because he does that. He likes to be sneaky sometimes. And I always make fun of Scooter for drinking those Red Bulls. See, I don't know how useful something like this is. Because I'm sitting here thinking, well, if I'm going to get some caffeine in my body, I don't mind drinking coffee. I like coffee. And I like frappuccinos. I like the frozen caramel frappuccinos. Those are so good. I had a giant one today. I wasn't even sleepy, and I drank a giant one, and it was it was wonderful. But you know how businessmen are when they get together. See, they have a solution, and I don't know exactly what this is a solution to. But it's a sprayable energy drink. Or, well, I don't guess it's a drink. You just spray it on your skin. I don't know if you'd spray it in your armpits. I mean, would my armpits smell like a caramel frappuccino? I don't know. I mean, women would smell me and they'd be like, oh, that's not Axe. But you smell like a caramel frappuccino, Chris Top. I don't know if that's what I'm going for. Exactly. But I whatever, I guess if it works. And you may not want to spray it in your armpits. I don't know. But it's a sprayable energy thing. But it's a mist, and your body absorbs it through the skin. See, I don't know. I mean, I guess if you hate the taste of Red Bull, but still, you can drink coffee. But it's like a triple espresso without the jitteriness. So I guess if espresso gives you the jitters, then you can just spray on your caffeine. See, this is weird. This is really weird for me. But anyway, each bottle contains 160 sprays apiece. So I'm guessing one spray is like 3 shots of espresso. So, I mean, what if somebody goes crazy and sprays themselves like 10 times? Is that going to be like 30 shots of espresso? Are you going to be climbing the walls like a spider monkey? That's kind of what I'm wondering. But you can pick it up for $15 a bottle. So, I mean, if it's like 160 sprays, then that's a whole lot cheaper than 160 triple shots of espresso from the coffee shop, right? From Starbucks. I mean, what's 3 shots of espresso at Starbucks is like $15, right? So each spray is going to zap you with the equivalent of about 1/4 a cup. Okay, so each spray is the equivalent of 1/4 a cup of coffee. So you'd have to spray yourself 4 times to get a cup of coffee. See, I don't even know if I understand this. I mean, I enjoy drinking coffee. Why in the hell would I spray it on me? But I mean, if it makes you smell good, I mean, I wouldn't mind. I guess I'd be okay with smelling like a caramel frappuccino. I like the mocha fraps too. And see, I'm talking all like cool now. I'm talking Starbucks talk. I didn't call it a frappuccino. I call it a frap. That's what the cool Starbucks kids are saying these days. You want to hear something depressing? This is depressing. Okay, I'm going to read the headline, and then we'll go from there. 1 in 7 people don't think that their partner is their true love. Is that not depressing? Have you ever heard the old song? It's, if you can't be with the one you love, love the one you're with. How many people are doing that? Now, they only surveyed like 2,000 people. Maybe these were 2,000 really depressed people in bad relationships. That's kind of what I'm hoping. So 1 in 7 adults in a long-term relationship don't believe they're with the love of their life. This is so depressing. Of that figure, 73% say they've made do with their partner because their true love escaped them. Well, yeah, I was renovating the dungeon, so she escaped. Now, which surely makes their partners feel just wonderful, I bet. Now, another 17% of those polled said that they had actually met the love of their life since getting together with their current partner. See, this is depressing. 46% said they'd be prepared to leave their partner if it meant being with their true love. Yeah, I saw this hot chick by the water cooler today, and, well, I was thinking, she's probably my true love, so I'm going to be leaving you today. And I know we've been together for 35 some odd years. I get that. But I mean, the 5-minute conversation I had with this chick at the water cooler was, it was amazing. I know it's true love because it's weird. Because I reached down for that little triangle-shaped cup at the same time she did, and our fingers touched. I felt this electricity run through my body that I haven't felt in years. So I know she's my soulmate. So, but we could still be friends. I mean, I realize like I said, we've been together for 30 some years, but we can still be pals. But you can't blame me because I have to be with my true love. So men are actually more loyal to their partners than women. Is that not a surprise? Is that not a shocker? Because 37% said they'd stay in the relationship for their partner's sake. And that, my friends, is your depressing news of the day, brought to you by the Chris Top Program. Let's go ahead and talk to some more buddies in the chat. Let's see what's going on over here. But don't you guys think that's depressing? I think it's incredibly depressing. I do. Okay, now Summer says she's going to do her best in the interview. Well, I'm a little nervous too because Summer's very talented, and I don't get a chance to. I don't get a chance to talk to too many talented people these days. Now we've got. It looks like we got 101.9 The Mix in the chat. It's good to see you. And let's see who else we've got in here. We've got Santa Claus. Santa, it's good to see you in the chat. That's not somebody you see you usually only see Santa one day out of the year. We also have Jasmine in the chat. Jasmine, it's a pleasure to meet you. Now, I do have a challenge for all of the new people that are in the chat. All right, now this isn't difficult, and I was explaining this a little earlier. When you come into this chat, you're basically telling the world that you're a dork. Now, if you guys are okay with that, if you're okay with taking a walk on the dork side, then this is your challenge. You have to go to my Facebook fan page, and you have to post the dorkiest picture that you have of yourself. Now, Summer, this goes to you. This goes out to you, Santa Claus. And Jasmine, you as well. I'm expecting some dorky pictures. And if you'll post the pictures, I'll go back to the Facebook page, and I'll I'll talk about them here on the show. I mean, it'll be fun. It's all in good fun, I promise. Okay, I'm going to post the link in the chat. That way you guys can easily click on it and take care of that. Holly says, I'd hate to have a relationship where my boyfriend didn't really love me. Oh, wait, that already happened. See, that kind of crap happens all the time. I think everything is just freaking dysfunctional. Hey, you want to hear something gross? Let's go from depressing to gross. How about that? Okay, raise your hand if you like ketchup. Well, I'm going to raise my hand for Kiss because I'm going to tell you, if she could, she would have a semi-truck pull up outside, and you know how the gas trucks have those cylinder-shaped things on the back that they carry gas in? she would have that full of ketchup. And then there would be a hose coming from the giant ketchup truck, through the kitchen window to her plate. And then she could just squeeze the nozzle and release hundreds of pounds of ketchup at a time for her French fries. That's how much she loves ketchup. Now, if you love ketchup, if you raised your hand, tell me if you're still loving ketchup. And I'm specifically talking about Heinz ketchup. All right, now Heinz, their slogan has always been, good things come to those who wait. And that means, because the ketchup comes out slow. So they justify it by saying that good things come to those who wait. But do you know why it might be coming out slow? Well, I'm going to tell you, and it's really, really gross. Because there could be a tangled mess of rat fur in the ketchup. You want a little rat fur with those French fries? So the health officials in Brazil, they've banned a Mexican-made batch of everyone's favorite condiment once they detected traces of rodent fur in the bottles. My gag reflex is starting to go off because I'm thinking about this. Now, they were imported into the country last year. Now, the tainted bottles have reportedly already been pulled from store shelves. And what are they saying? I don't even know if they haven't even left a quote on this. The Brazilian government, they've banned any sales, distribution, and marketing. It's rodent fur. Somebody needs to say something. They need to say, I'm sorry. They need to say, okay, I know that's gross. I know it's great. We normally don't put the rat fur in the Heinz ketchup. We normally don't do that. This was a mistake, but evidently nobody's saying that. And besides, everybody knows that rat fur goes a lot better with mayonnaise. I don't know what the problem is. Now, I've talked on the show about how I'm a nervous urinator. And I'm going to get back to that in a second. So, have you ever went, and I'm mainly talking to the guys here, have you ever went into a public restroom? You go into the stall. Well, in my case, you go to the stall because you're a nervous urinator. You can't let people watch you take a leak. In my case, so I go into the stall, I unzip my pants, and I look down, and I look at the toilet, and it looks like there's a rainforest in the urinal. Because evidently, whoever came in there before I did, they don't know how to hit the target. So, I mean, it's a good thing I'm not going number 2. It really is. So, I wonder sometimes, who takes a leak before me? Well, China has actually come out with this. Okay. They're tired of some people's blatant seat splashes. All right, so this is what they've proposed. There's going to be a fine if you pee on the toilet of $16. Okay, now see, my question is, how are they going to catch these people? Are they going to have little ninjas in the ceiling tiles over the stall? I mean, they're looking at creating about 20 jobs on average for every public toilet. So you're going to have 20 guys tag teaming every toilet in China? I don't want some guy standing in the stall with me while I'm trying to take a leak. Because that will be the one time, if I can even take a leak, because there's somebody breathing down my neck, that will be the one time that I'll end up peeing all over the lid. Because there's somebody watching me, and then he's going to say, hey, dude, can't you hit the toilet? You owe me $16. I couldn't deal with that. I couldn't do it. So I'm hoping, and this is better, maybe they'll use cameras. That's what Jasmine said. Maybe they'll use cameras because, that's the right thing to do, right? Put cameras in the stalls. That way you don't know who's watching you. Hey, look, that's me taking a whiz on YouTube. What do you know? Isn't that great? Holly says, that's nasty. Dang, why am I ever eating that crap? Yeah, she's talking about the ketchup. And P.S. Infinity says he hates ketchup now. Hey, Santa, you should say, I'm Santa Claus, bitch. You should say it like that. That would be kind of cool. Because if Santa was knocking on, I guess, my roof, because Santa comes through the chimney, he wouldn't be knocking at the front door. So if I heard a knock on the roof, I'd be like, who's there? And you could say, I'm Santa Claus, bitch. See, that'd be kind of cool. We've got Josh Schwartz in the chat. Josh, it's good to see you. Thank you so much for jumping into the chat. And I'm waiting on some dorky pictures. So you guys let me know when you've got those posted on the Chris Top Program Facebook fan page. We'll go check those out. We've got 93.5 Sonic Mix FM in the chat. It's good to see all of you. Now, what I want to do real quick, I want to do this. I want you guys that do a show here on Spreaker, I want you to type the word show into the chat. And this is what I like to call, and I did coin this phrase because I'm Chris Top. This is called spreading the Spreaker love. So if you type the word show into the chat, that means that other people in the chat are going to click on your name, and then they're going to follow your show. And at least check it out. We just want an opportunity. We just want a chance, and that's all we can ask for, isn't it? Is a chance. Now, I'm going to say this. I'm going to say the word WOBA, W-O-B-A. That means working on being awesome. That's sort of the theme of the show. We've come to understand that it's really hard to be awesome, and I think people throw that term around quite loosely. So it's something that I myself am constantly in pursuit of, and that's being awesome. Now, you are absolutely, positively in the right place. This is the Chris Top Program.
Thank you for calling the Attention Deficit Hyperactive Disorder Hotline. If you have ADHD, please press 1. So you do have ADHD. Is this correct? Please press 1. Now that we know the it is only necessary to make your selection. It has been established you do have ADHD. Please. Okay, dude, seriously, if you want help, you're going to have to stop playing with the keypad. Oh, look, it's a shiny ball with bells on it. Thank you for calling the Attention Deficit Hyperactive Disorder Hotline.
Holly Stallin's words cut like a double-edged sword. On the Edge with Holly Stallin, the fastest 30 minutes on Spreaker.com.
Thank you for calling the Attention Deficit Hyperactive Disorder.
Okay, that's part of what makes me a dork, is because I played the same thing over again. And I didn't mean to do that.
Take it from the top.
Mr. Pop.
Dorks of the world, unite. No, okay, listen closely. It's not WOBA, it's WABA.
Take it from the top.
Mr. Pop.
And I am the one and only Chris Top from the Chris Top Program, taking that milk money back 1 nickel at a time.
You know, PS Infinity said iPhones suck. I have to disagree, man. I just got an iPhone. I just stepped into the realm of coolness. Well, at least just with my phone. And it's so neat. I didn't realize I could do so many things with my phone. And I started playing Angry Birds again. And the time that I play Angry Birds is usually when I'm in the bathroom. And my legs fall asleep, something fierce, because I play for so long. And I realize I shouldn't do that. It's probably not healthy. So I don't know if I should do. I don't even know if I should be talking about that. Now that I'm thinking about it. Okay, what do you want to talk about? We're almost out of time. What do you think some of the most respected brands are in the United States of America? Well, I'm going to tell you, and I'm going to tell you what some of the least respected brands are too. Coming in at number 1 is the Chris Top Program, and that could actually be a Chris Top Program fact. Have you guys checked out the facts on my Facebook page yet? I know I'm getting sidetracked. I know. I'm going to read some of them again. Because I started reading them the other day, and I stopped. Well, I didn't stop reading them, but I just didn't carry on anymore. So as soon as I can figure out how to see more on the... Okay, here we go. Okay, here we go. Fact. Playing audio clips from the Chris Top Program during sex will enhance the experience. Many countries have been using the program as an aphrodisiac for years. Warning, if over the age of 50, please use audio clips sparingly. And like I said, if you have any Chris Top Program facts that you'd like to submit, just send me a private message on Facebook, And if I like it, I'll use it. And I'll give you credit for it as well. Fact, 1 serving of the Chris Top program has more caffeine than 2 Red Bulls, 1 Mountain Dew, and a cup of coffee. And I should add that spray stuff to it as well. Fact, each time the Chris Top program is played, an angel gets its wings. Fact, the Chris Top program is the only show allowed in Area 51. And this is one of my favorites. Fact, look at us now. We are currently getting paper. And those are all true Chris Top program facts. And that's why it's at number 1 on the most respected brands. And coming in at number 2, and this is actually a tie. And when most respected brands, that all that is these are brands that people really trust. These are brands that have been around for years and years and years, and people know what they're buying. And that's what is PepsiCo and Coca-Cola. They actually tied for number 1. Pepsi and Coke, they will rot your teeth out, but nobody seems to care. Then coming in at the next one is Hershey's. Then you got Harley-Davidson, Bayer Aspirin, Johnson & Johnson, Kellogg's, Campbell's Soup, and a lot of this stuff's like comfort food, It's like, when I drink a Coke, I think about growing up. I was like, I love to go out and get a Hershey bar. I mean, who doesn't? And then you got Campbell's Soup. So you got Colgate toothpaste, and then Estee Lauder. Those are the top 10 most respected brands. Now, your least respected, you've got Delta, and then you got Philip Morris. We make all those cigarettes. We kill people. We kill people every day. Philip Morris. That's who that is. H&R Block. Now, who doesn't trust people that do their taxes? Denny's. When was the last time you ate at Denny's? Exactly. That's why it's number 4 in the least respected brands. Big Lots, I didn't know Big Lots was still around. Best Buy is on the list. I love Best Buy. I don't even understand. JCPenney, Capital One, Rite Aid, and Foot Locker are all on the least respected brands. So I don't know. I don't understand. I have no idea. Holly says On the Edge is a good brand. It's the brand that people know and trust. Walmart. What do you guys think about Walmart? I would rather, and Josh brought up Walmart, I would rather go to Walmart than Kmart. How many of you have ever been into a Kmart? Automatically, when I go into a Kmart, you know what I think of? I think of old people. Walmart, to me, it smells kind of like a funeral home. And funeral homes kind of smell like old people. So I have a hard time going into Walmart. I mean, Kmart. And when I go to Walmart, it's kind of cool because there aren't too many places that you can buy a pair of socks, you can buy a pack of hot dogs, and you can buy a flat screen TV all in one location. So, I mean, that makes it pretty cool. And, McDonald's, and Josh brought up McDonald's as well. McDonald's is so bad for you. I know. But then, for some reason, it's so good. I mean, if those damn chicken McNuggets weren't so good with that sweet and sour sauce, I wouldn't eat there all the time. And their freaking sweet tea. Summer, do you have McDonald's in Egypt? Are they shaped like little pyramids? That would be kind of cool if you did. Like instead of the arches, they were pointy. Like pyramids. That would be neat. And it's funny Holly brings up Hooters because I was so upset. On the way to pick up my mixing board today, Kiss and I, we stopped at McDonald's and grabbed something for the road because it was about a 45-minute drive. And I forgot that we passed a Hooters on the way too. And the first thing I thought was, oh, freaking A, man. I just missed all-you-can-eat Wings Day. That was kind of a bummer. Really. Well, I do want to thank each and every one of you for coming into the chat. Summer says they have KFC, Burger King, Hardee's. They have everything in Egypt. Okay. I do want, but no Hooters. See, they need a Hooters before they're official. I do not, nor will I ever take any of you for granted because there are a million other things you could be doing, but you choose to listen to me. Makes me feel very, very good. Thank you guys, really, for showing up in the chat. Now, I want you to stick around on my other account, Make sure you're following that because we're going to do a live interview with Summer coming right up. And I've got about 4 songs of hers I'm going to play. We're going to kind of mix those in to the broadcast. So it should be a lot of fun. We're going to learn who Summer is. We're going to get inside of Summer's mind on the program. It should be a lot of fun. And Summer, I'll call you up directly after the show. So until I broadcast again, please remember life is good and I'm gone.
You have been exposed to the Chris Top program. Tune in next,
Yeah, I don't have a schedule.
right.